Belgium, of course, with their golden generation of Hazard, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, all those guys, those are long gone. Now is a new era with the Dokus, the Opendas, the Charles de Catalares. So how will Belgium perform under Tedesco at this Euros? Could be an exciting team, but also one that we maybe don't have huge expectations for. But get your thoughts in the comments down below. How far do you think Belgium will go? Further ado, let's get into the preview and prediction for Belgium. Of course, with Belgium, always the talking point in the last decade was golden generation, and then they just faltered away like their golden chicken McNuggets and failed. Let's be honest, they failed. They got a third place in 2018. They should have won that World Cup. Had they beaten France, they would have won that World Cup. Yes, Croatia would have been a very tough final. How 2016, that debacle of a quarterfinal against Wales, they had it on a plate to make it to that final against France. They bottled that. So now that generation is finito. That last World Cup under Roberto Martinez, we all saw the signs it was going to be a disaster, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. Lukaku had a 3.0000 XG against Croatia, and they bounced out. Now under a new manager, Tedesco, and a new sort of crop of players that are very exciting from the Dokus, and I'm intrigued to see how this country is now going to emerge away from that golden generation and have a new generation of players, because they have some good players, people. Belgium, do I have high expectations for them at this Euros? No. And I don't think a lot of people will, because they're just not at that same level that they were in the past decade. They can be a very exciting team. They're going to be very good attacking-wise. But as we're going to go more in depth into, their defense is not good. So when it comes to these Euros, I'm more intrigued to see how they perform and seeing the new evolution of the national team for Belgium. So with their recent results, you know what's funny? The last loss for Belgium is that Morocco game at the World Cup. That's the last loss. Since then, they've gone undefeated. Yes, they haven't faced the toughest of opponents. They got a draw recently with England in a friendly, but it's friendlies at the end of the day. One thing you realize is they actually keep a lot of clean sheets. But they were against Estonia, Azerbaijan, Serbia, and Ireland. Good performance, Serbia. You keep it in a clean sheet against that Serbian team with all the attackers they have. But once this team goes up against a competent attacking side, they concede goals. And that's going to be the big... I'm not worried about them attacking-wise or midfield. It's just the defense that would give me all sorts of scares with this national team. They have a lot of talent in a lot of departments, but defensively, and obviously now with the goalkeeper, because we're going to talk about the squad next, how is that going to balance each other out? You have a great attacking team. You basically have a Ferrari at the front, and you have a Fiat at the back. Can you merge it together and maybe create a Rolls Royce or something? But Tedesco was a manager at club level for quite a while. Obviously, the RB Leipzig did not go so well as it should have. But now managing Belgium, 12 games, 8 wins, and 4 draws. So he's undefeated. He hasn't suffered a loss with this team. Yes, they have not faced good opponents, but Tedesco can bring that sort of club level tactics into the national team. And I think it fits this crop of players who are playing all at a high level of football, from Man City to RB Leipzig to Roma to all these sort of teams, Atalanta. You just see that Belgium have a lot of winners in their side. And that's something Tedesco can use. And clearly he's going to play sort of his style of football, very counter-pressing, very much dependent on having a good attack. And the defense is going to be a big liability, because if you look at his sides from RB Leipzig, 38 games, they conceded 46 goals and scored 84. So you can just tell what sort of manager Tedesco is, and obviously Bundesliga fans will know Tedesco. His in-game management will need work. But when it gets to the pressure moments of a Euros or World Cup, does he have the in-game management? Because that's something I think Roberto Martinez did not have, in-game management. Very good team. They can set up well at the beginning of the match, but what if it goes badly? How do you react as a manager? Well, Tedesco is going to have to show it at this Euros, but no doubt, he's got a plethora of talent to work with. Here is Belgium's squad for the Euros. So, an interesting omission in the goalkeepers. It's Castells, Kaminski, and Celos. Now, I think Celos will be the starter, because he's actually been quite good with Nottingham Forest, and he's been starting a lot of games for Belgium under Tedesco. One name you don't see is, of course, Courtois. I don't know what's going on with that situation between him and Tedesco. Obviously, Courtois coming back from ACL injury. Who knows? It is just the keeping up with the Courtois. The guy, sometimes with the Belgian national team, wants to create drama. Could be Tedesco's fault. Just solve it. You need a goalkeeper like Courtois. Yes, maybe he can say, I'm coming back from injury. If you're playing for Real Madrid, you're fine. Yes, in the Euros, it's every 3-4 days you're playing the game. But come on. Courtois should be going. Clearly, there's some beef between the two people. Now let's move to the defense. So you got Castagne, De Bost, who's a very young and up-and-coming center-back from Anderlecht, De Kuiper from Club Brugge. Wout Faes, who I'm not a fan of, Thomas Munir, who's on his last legs, Théate from Stade Rennais, and Jan Vertonghen. Jan Vertonghen in the year of 2024. Legend? He's a legend. I'm not going to disrespect Jan Vertonghen. Very, very good center back in his prime. Those legs at this Euros, oh my god. Alright, let's move to the midfield. So Kevin De Bruyne, Aurier Mangala, Amadou Onana, Yuri Tielemans, Arthur Vermeeren, Aster Vranik, and Axel Witsel. Good midfield. I think it has a good balance of creativeness. Then you have a good DMs like Arthur Veerman, you have Amadou Onana, Yuri Tielemans who can go box to box, Axel Witsel who brings a bit more experience. I don't think Witsel will start. Hey, we might even see Witsel at center back. He's been doing that for Atletico Madrid, so keep an eye on that situation. Then the forwards. This is the exciting part with this Belgium team is Bakayoko, Lukaku, Carrasco, De Ketelaere, Leon Trossard, Luke Bacchio, Jeremy Doku, and Lois Openda. I mean, that attack. Lois Openda might not even start for this team, and he could start for a majority of national teams. That's how good Belgium's attack is. Because Charles De Ketelaere had a terrible season with AC Milan. This season with Atalanta, you are seeing the Charles De Ketelaere. CDK, I think he will be the future number 10 when Kevin De Bruyne retires. I think that will be his position. Although he can play on the right wing, everywhere is good Belgium. Except the defense. I'm so worried. When you look at this team on paper, you're like, the midfield can compete, the attack can score goals, the defense is going to concede goals. Mats Sels, the goalkeeper, is going to be a very busy man at this Euros. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think anybody got left out of this Belgium team? Of course, Courtois. But anybody else, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really excited to see Arthur Veerman. I know he hasn't had the greatest times at Atletico, but he was amazing with Antwerp, and I'm really excited by his talent. So here's how I would start with the Belgium team. So Sels in goal, Castagne, Faes, and Vertonghen as the two center backs. I know you guys are saying, Michael, you just dissed Vertonghen, but Vertonghen has been starting for Belgium, so I think he's going to start. And Théate will be the left back. The two eights will be Onana and Tielemans. Right wing, I got Leon Trossard. I know he doesn't usually play right wing, but he's been doing that sometimes for Belgium, so I'm going to play him there. Then KDB, Doku left wing, and Lukaku up top. But the thing is, if those attackers like a Trossard or Doku, Lukaku are not having a good game, alright, CDK, step up. Alright, Lois Openda, step up. Alright, Bakayoko, step up. So at least then Belgium have the options off the bench to change a game. But when you look at the defense, and especially if Trossard and Doku are going to be high up the field, like Tedesco really wants to play them, they're going to leave their fullbacks, Castagne and Théate, very much exposed. And what about Vertonghen? Can he be a liability in this team? Wout Faes, even though he didn't play the greatest with in the Premier League with Leicester, he's had a good season in the Championship, but what I saw in the Premier League, I mean, this guy was all over the place. Vertonghen has to lead them, and we know Belgium are going to dominate possession in this group that they're in, because they got Slovakia, they're going to dominate the ball. Romania, Belgium are going to dominate the ball. Ukraine are going to hit Belgium on the counter-attack, and we know the pace that Ukraine have. So if I'm Belgium, I would be very worried that you can, yes, keep the ball. You have a lot of good playmakers. You have guys who can take on defenders one-on-one situation. You have goal scorers. Lukaku's got to step up. I know he didn't step up at that World Cup. Lukaku's got to step up at these Euros. Belgium might be the most exciting team at these Euros because every game might be 4-2, 3-1. They're not playing at Azerbaijan. They're not playing Estonia. Those two teams have no attack, even though Azerbaijan beat Sweden 3-0. Ukraine got a good attack. Romania will keep it low scoring. Slovakia scored goals during Euro qualifiers. So we might get some 3-2s, 3-3s, 4-2s in this group with Belgium. I know they've kept some clean sheets, but I'm excited to see what Belgium can offer, especially with the attack and the midfield. Because Onana, I really like him from Everton. Tielemans has sort of resurrected his career with Aston Villa, coming off the bench and starting some games. And KDB has been injured most of this season. Let's see if he can shine at this Euros. So prediction-wise, how far is Belgium going to go at this Euros? Well, this group, you could say it's a cakewalk, but Ukraine are going to test Belgium. Now, I expect Belgium to get 3 points against Slovakia and Romania. If they don't get 3 points against those two teams, I mean, might be bigger frauds than the LA Clippers. I'm going there. I'm going there. But Belgium, I expect them to win this group. I expect them then to have a relatively easy opponent in the round of 16. I expect Belgium in the quarterfinal. Now, when they go up against a Germany, a Portugal, a Spain, France, England, that defense will not keep a clean sheet. You hear it here first. In the quarterfinal, if they make it that far, they will not keep a clean sheet and they will get exposed. But they will make it exciting. and I expect Belgium to give a tough opponent to whoever they face in the round of 16. I want to hear your thoughts though, people. How far do you think Belgium are going to go? And what's a respectable performance? Is quarterfinal respectable? Do you expect the semifinals, a round of 16? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So there's the preview and prediction for Belgium at this Euros. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. How far do you think Belgium are going to go? What would be your starting 11? And who is the most important player on this team? Is it now the rise of Doku? Is KDB still the most important? What about the strikers, whether it's Lukaku or Lois Penda? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we have a lot of Euro content coming up in the next couple weeks, as we are only 2 more weeks until the Euros start, people. And we're going to have a lot of live reactions, a lot of live streams. So if you guys want Euro content, this is the place to be. Also remember to join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Until next time, adios.